Good morning. I am Pastor Ivan Kevin. I am written in your text as Ivan. My name is not Ivan. I am not a Russian spy. I promise. It was really funny when Matt told me that my name got misspelled in the thing, because sometimes my wife and I, we just enjoy being with each other. We're just fun people. And sometimes I said, I am Borisio Natasha, we will hunt moose and squirrel. So when I saw that, I looked at my wife and I said, Natasha, they are on to us. It was a little terrifying moment. You did not hear that? That's not being recorded. As I was praying and thinking about what passage I felt would be most appropriate for our purposes this morning, the passage that Pastor Stefan just read came to my mind. And it's a common passage. I think a lot of you have probably heard, especially that last verse, verse 11, right? For I know the plans I have for you, plans to prosper you. You've heard that before. It's on coffee mugs. If you go to a Christian bookstore, it will be on a t-shirt. If you go on Facebook into the dark corners of Christian motherhood or the beautiful life, you'll see it like plastered everywhere. And it's a common verse. People love this verse. And we all know what it means, right? This is the verse that tells us that God wants you to have your dream house, right? I'll get a little bit. God wants you to have a dream car. He wants you to marry that person you really, really want to marry who doesn't really want to marry you. That's what this verse is about, right? Like, this is like literally probably one of the most out of context passages that people take in the world we live in today. People love Jeremiah 29:11. And we often make it a lot about us. But as Pastor Stefan contextualized, right, this is a passage that's about the people of Israel. God has sent them into exile in Babylon. And there's a big question that pops up in their heads. What are we doing here? You know, if you were a God-fearing Israelite in that time, you're probably thinking, how in the world can I rebel against the city of Babylon? How can I reinstate my kingdom? How can I take down Nebuchadnezzar and all of his powers? But that's not the message that comes to them. If you were a God-fearing Israelite in that time, you might have thought, God's going to bring us out of this exile soon enough because we're the chosen people of God. So let's just kind of like, I don't know, rent an apartment and eat ramen for a few weeks because it's just a short time and we're going to be out of there. That's not what God tells them. God says, build houses, live in them, plant gardens and eat their produce, take wives for your sons and give your daughters in marriage. He says, seek, and I like the way Pastor Stefan's translation translated it. He said, seek the prosperity. The Hebrew word is seek the peace, seek the shalom of the city where I sent you in exile. Seek the shalom. If you're familiar with the Old Testament, if you're familiar a little bit with the Hebrew language, the word shalom means a lot more than not having war. The word shalom is a lot deeper than we don't have conflict. The word shalom speaks to God's covenant peace with his people, the kind of peace that fills a place, that makes every single part of it flourish. Have you ever been out at Bremer and been around the beautiful diversity of the wildlife that's there and you feel the joy of creation out there? That's the peace of the Lord. Have you ever been to a situation or a place where you're seeing people's lives become transformed by the power of God? That's the peace of the Lord. That's what peace means in this context. Now, I mention all of that because this morning, one of the big goals I have is, what is the direction that we want to go as a community? This morning, I'm not preaching to just my little church on the hill. I'm from First Baptist Church of Hillsboro. There's a few of us here. Everyone in here knows Fred Burrows. We're over there by Dairy Queen Baptist. Dairy Queen, I live Dairy Queen. You're at Dairy Queen Baptist Church. But I'm not just speaking to my, and you all laugh because you know that's who we are. I told you guys. That's how they know us. All right, so I'm pastor of Dairy Queen Baptist. It's on my cards now. for the good of our community, for the good of our city, to seek the peace of our city. Now, I'm a recent transplant. I'm not originally from Hillsboro. I'm originally from Gillespie. We both have orange and black as our high school colors, so it gets a little confusing. And when I first arrived in Hillsboro, I did something that another guy a long time ago did. His name was the Apostle Paul. And if you read in Acts chapter 17, the Apostle Paul went around the city of Athens. And he started looking around and said, what is the character of this people? If I'm going to share a message to this community, right, what is the character of this community? And in the case of Athens, right, they had all these idols everywhere. And he said, I see you're very religious in every way. That's how he started his message. I see a whole lot of idols when I first came into Hillsboro, but don't worry, they'll show up sooner. But no, when I first came to Hillsboro, I wanted to get a sense of what the character of the people of Hillsboro is. Because when I grew up, I knew two things about Hillsboro. I knew, number one, that this is where my dad brought us to play putt-putt over at Burles, back when he had the place in the bottoms. We used to get shave ice there. And number two, guys, this is important. And I want you all to say amen with me and not groan. Some of you don't like this, some of you love this. Y'all park and eat. Y'all park and eat. God bless park and eat. In my official position as a pastor of this community, I proclaim the blessing of the Lord on park and eat. May it be so. Oh man, I love park and eat. My dad still comes over. He doesn't come over to see me or my wife or my son. He comes over to get park and eat. He says, I need an excuse to go get park and eat. That was my experience of Hillsboro growing up. The other thing was that you guys hit really hard in high school football. But one of the other things I noticed when I first came into town is that, you have these two signs. If you've been here long enough, you've probably forgotten that these two signs exist. There's one on the road coming in from Litchfield, and there's one coming in on the road from Greenville. And it says, welcome to historic Hillsboro. And it's got three words. Pride, progress, prosperity. I want to say that's a pretty ambitious sign. It's a pretty visionary sign. When you come into Gillespie, it says, welcome to Gillespie, home of Black Diamond Days. And it's got a picture of a black diamond. Like, welcome to Gillespie. We're a town that has a festival in June celebrating coal. I love Gillespie. Many up their game. Pride, progress, prosperity. That's like big stuff. I mean, for a motto for a small town, that's pretty ambitious. I went on some websites for some of the other small towns in the area, and because, hey, I'm from Gillespie, we won't talk more about Gillespie. You guys are from Hillsboro, we can talk a little bit about some of the other towns. All right, you know what Staunton says? It says, what small towns used to be. That's really nice. It's a really pretty, kind of like living 60 years ago kind of message. Litchfield says, many pleasant surprises. And I'm hoping that all the surprises are pleasant. I know Lake Louvier is very pleasant, but it doesn't really evoke a whole lot. I think that we have something on our signs that speaks to something that's in the blood of the people here. Something that's a little different. The messages that I got from Gillespie and Staunton, they seem to be visions of the past, where we used to be, right? Place where people were miners once, place where there used to be a small town. Litchfield says something of the present, right? There are pleasant surprises right now. But our motto, pride, progress, prosperity, it seems to be speaking something of the future. I don't want us to detract from the past. It's part of why we're here. We're here to honor the foundations upon which everything is built in this community. But we are a community that's going somewhere. Hillsboro, I've discovered, is a town that is eager to get its foot into the door of tomorrow, rather than linger in the entryway of today, or sit in a lazy boy in the living room yesterday. You know what I mean? We are a town that inspires something more than what a common small town inspires to. So, how do we proclaim and live that vocation? How do we, even as the believers of Hillsboro, how do we inspire our town to come up to that standard that we've set for every visitor who comes through these doors? I heard a figure, I don't remember the precise thing, but somebody did a statistics on how many people drive through Route 16 in a given year, and it is, I don't remember the number, I'm not even going to give you a fake number off the top of my head, but I heard at the Imagine Hillsborough meeting, you should come to the Imagine Hillsborough meeting so you can hear those numbers, and all the Imagine Hillsborough people said, amen?
Amen.
Thank you. I'll be talking about you guys again. It's an incredible amount of people drive through this town. Do we live up to the sign we're given to? Thousands, hundreds of thousands of people. Let's start with pride. When we typically think of pride, we think of people being kind of puffed up and full of themselves. But I think there's a better word of pride that I think we're going for here. It's something more like love. We see that today. Why are we here? Why are we gathered here if it isn't for the sake that there were some people over the past 50, 60, 70, even 100, even getting closer to 200 years who have made this community what it is, and that we're proud of that. We love this town. There's something deep in our bones that say we care for it, and thus we are proud of it. Is Hillsborough a proud community? You bet it is. Now, there's some people who are more proud than others. I know if you ever talk to Zach Weigall, who runs the Hillsborough concerts, he'll tell you Hillsborough's the best small town in the entire world. But he's got a good point. I think this is a town that needs some of that sense of that we're people who have gone before us, and there are people who will come after us, and we're proud of who we are and where we're from. What about progress? Are we a town that's going and articulating itself towards the future? If you don't know it already, we are. If you don't know it already, there's some things happening in this town that are worth being proud about. They're also worth noticing that we are moving somewhere. I mean, I'm just going to list a few, and if I missed you, I apologize. There's a lot of things happening in town. I can't catch it all. But did you know that in this town, you have a coffee roasting company that's better than anything I've ever drank? I lived in the city for 2 years. I had incredible coffee. I lived in Edwardsville, in that area, near St. Louis. I lived in Chicago, and there's incredible coffee in that region. And what Isaac and Bailey are roasting over at Black Rabbit is better than any of it. Did you know you have that? Did you know that you have people in this community who have the gift of carpentry and are beautifying the downtown? People like Brian Lee, who goes to Matt's church. And you know you got folks in this town. There's one in this room. He's over there. His name's Matt also. Who are taking their hobby of love of music and sharing it with people. You know, you can go get vinyl records downtown on the weekend and just listen to some good stuff. Sometimes I just go there and sit, and Matt will put some Sam Cooke on me, and I'm like, how was Paul at the river? Yes. Do you know you have people who have the ambitions? I know this might not be the best thing for a Baptist to celebrate, but hey, I'm a millennial Baptist, that we have a guy in town who's put together a beautiful microbrewery, and he's putting all of his arts and crafts and skills into doing it. He's going to share some of it with you today if you go over to the car show. You know, we all know that's what's happening over at the Orpheum Theater. They just beautified their lobby. There's my friend Tim, who sells you tea, really good tea, some of the best tea that you can get in the region. And then, of course, I can't continue on this direction without picking up a thread from earlier. I mentioned Merle. I got to mention his daughter, Laura. Guys, the brownies at Sweet Addictions. My wife is pregnant, and sometimes she says, I just need some chocolate, so I just go over there and buy like 6 of them at a time. They're so good. Do you know that there are things happening in Hillsborough that other towns are jealous of? Did you know that this town is moving in a direction that is incredible? This town is off the charts, and there's more yet to be found. There's still spots in the downtown that need to be filled. I have a friend of mine who's working on a novel right now, and I sat down with him. He's from Raymond, but it's in the greater Hillsborough area. And he shared with me his novel, and I read the prologue, and it's some of the best postmodern literature that I've read in a while. Now, I don't know how many of you are up on your literature game, but that is a rare commodity in this town. There is talent, there is passion, there's vision in this community. We're moving in progress. So we got pride, we got progress. What about prosperity? That comes back to that word shalom. That comes back to that concept. It's not about are those who are rich making more money. That's not what prosperity means in the Bible. If you ever see the word prosperity in the Bible and you think, this means people who have money get more money, that's not what it means. What prosperity means in the Bible is the shalom of the Lord. It is the wholeness and the health. Everything is growing good. When you go in your garden and you go, my tomatoes are growing well, that's prosperity. If you go in your garden and you go, this happened to me, the squash bugs are eating my zucchini and killing them. That's not prosperity. So the question is, are we as a town growing in the good health and the good well-being for all in this community that we need to be? And I have to tell you, this is where I feel like we need to work. This is where I have a charge for us. I feel like we need to have a deeper sense of who all is our community and how we can care for their every need. What would prosperity in Hillsboro look like? I mean, just as one thought off the top, we've got CTI Fiber coming in, right? And part of the goal is to attract some people who will want to telecommute. One of the difficulties is that people who telecommute, these are people who work from home, maybe they work for Apple, maybe they do IT, and they've got a home office. One of the difficulties is that they often get isolated. They don't have community. What are we doing as a community? Are we preparing just technology to come in? Are we preparing to accept people into our social circles? To welcome some strangers into our communities, to begin to build friendships with people we've never met before? Or will we circle the wagons and say, I don't know who you are, you're just my neighbor and I've never seen you before? Will we think about creative ways to utilize our downtown space so it's not just having more businesses there, but creating community spaces? That's one of the reasons I go to the Gold Pan all the time. Because I like hanging out with Matt and Brian. Because I like listening to their music. No, because I also like to see the way a space like that can create community. Because I'm excited about the coffee shop because I'm interested in who's going to come in. Are we thinking about how to create our community spaces in a way that it creates access for those for whom access is more difficult? There are some people in our community who have needs that are different than the average person. Are we preparing ourselves for those people? We have an incredible community of mothers and fathers and teachers who help parents who have autism, but are we thinking ahead about our community development for the sake of parents and kids who have needs in our community? Are we thinking about those who have financial or social difficulties? This is one that's really heavy on my heart because of some events in the past few weeks, but are we a community that's hospitable to those who are fighting their difficulties? Guys, this isn't just another little Old Settlers sermon this morning. This is a charge for what it would look like for us to build a beautiful town. If we do this right, if we capture this spirit of praying for the peace of your city, then we will transform what this town is in such a way that real people's lives will be impacted. That people in this community who feel lonely and at the edges will be brought into communities of love and care. And each one of us as Christian people, each one of our churches have a responsibility to that care. So this is what I want to say. We should let Staunton go back to what small towns used to be. Let's go ahead and let them go. I don't know if you guys had a rivalry with Staunton, but we did. But here in Hillsboro, I want to challenge us. Let's go forward to what a small town can be. Let's create a beautiful and powerful community. And this is something that we can do. Now, Matt told me that I needed to pull from my theological tradition to preach this morning. And so I'm going to share, I'm not going to do it nearly as well as he did, but probably the most famous American Baptist pastor was the Reverend Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. And he said that he has been to the mountaintop. I can't say that. I've only been to a few mountains. I've been to the hilltop. has seen a vision of what this community can be. A community where those who are on the outside are brought in. A community that creates new methods of developing community, who is adaptable to the changing world we live in, that thinks creatively, thinks outside the box, tries things that nobody else has tried. I'm telling you, there are people already doing this. It's not about whether you want to change or not. It's about, are you going to jump on board with this change train as it's coming and help shape this community to what it should be? There's some movers and shakers even in this very room. I want to encourage you, get involved with Imagine Hillsboro. Especially if you're retired and you've got lots of extra time on your hands. We could use every single person that we could. Right? Imagine Hillsboro, folks? Can I get an amen from you guys? I know you're there. Amen? Right? We need every single person we can get. If you got a creative idea, go for it. There's some space. This is an opportunity to bring change. There's something you've always wanted to see. Go find some people who can do that and empower them. Or if it's you, go and do it. We're not going to go where this community is going once we get off the lazy boy of yesterday, walk through the entryway of today into the doorway of tomorrow. We pray. Our Father, we just thank you. You have called this community of capital C, the church, gathered together in this place to proclaim the peace of God to Hillsboro, the shalom of God. And I pray that you would give us wisdom as we pray, that you would give us discernment to see the places where we can transform things, where we can seek the good of those who are in need. And as we prepare for the time of offering, help support the ministerial fellowship which serves the least of these in our community. I pray, God, that you would give us grace to participate, not just with the financial support, but also with our feet, also with our voices, also with our creative minds that you've given us to see Hillsboro be a community of pride, progress, and prosperity. In Jesus' name.